It was a cold, grey morning when I decided to walk into my ex-husband's funeral. The sky hung low, heavy with rain that hadn't yet started, as if the clouds were holding their breath, just like me. Everyone at the church turned when I stepped in. They didn't expect to see me there, the woman he had divorced 8 years ago, the woman he had erased from his life as if I never existed. But there I was, wearing a simple black dress, no makeup, no jewellery, just peace in my eyes and something heavier behind it. The whispers started immediately. "Is that her? Oh my God, she showed up." I ignored them all. I wasn't there for him. I was there for the truth. At the front of the church, near the coffin, sat a woman about my age, elegant, with a pearl necklace holding a folded handkerchief. That was his widow, Melissa. The woman he left me for. The woman who thought she had won. The pastor's voice echoed softly, reading verses about forgiveness and peace. But I couldn't focus. Every sound in that room, every sigh, every sniffle, felt like a memory trying to crawl back from the dead. When the service ended, people began lining up to offer condolences. I waited until the line grew thin. Then I walked up. Melissa turned and froze when she saw me. Her eyes narrowed, confusion mixed with something like fear. "Laura," she whispered. "What are you doing here?" I smiled faintly. "I came to say goodbye," she blinked. "After all he did to you?" "Yes," I said softly. "Even liars deserve closure." A few people nearby shifted uncomfortably, but I didn't care. I leaned closer, lowering my voice. "Can we talk? Outside?" She hesitated, then nodded. "Fine." We stepped out into the chilly air behind the church. The parking lot was half empty now, puddles glimmering in the early light. "I'm surprised you had the nerve to come," she said. "You must still be bitter." I gave a little laugh. "No, Melissa, I'm not bitter. But I think you deserve to know the man you married," she frowned. "I already do. Do you?" I asked. "Did you know he had another family before you? Or that he was still seeing someone even after he married you?" Her face twitched. "What are you talking about?" I pulled out my phone and showed her an old photo, a little girl, about 7 years old with his same blue eyes. "This is my daughter, Emma. He told you I couldn't have children, didn't he?" Melissa's lips parted. He said you wanted a career, not a family." I shook my head slowly. "He lied. He lied about everything." She stared at the photo, trembling. "I don't believe you," she said quietly. "He wasn't perfect, but I cut her off." "Melissa, do you even know how he died?" Her eyes darted to mine. "They said it was a heart attack." I nodded slowly. "It was. But the stress that killed him, that came from the mess he made. He was drowning in lies, and the walls were closing in." I turned and looked toward the grey horizon. "You see, after he left me, he built a new life with you. Big house, fancy car, perfect husband image. But underneath that shine, he was broke. Every deal he made, every investor he lied to, it was all falling apart." She blinked rapidly. "No, that's not true. We had savings, stocks, all gone," I said. "He used fake names to hide money. When those accounts froze, he panicked. He was being investigated." Her face went pale. "Investigated? By who?" "By the feds, Melissa." Her hand flew to her mouth. "Oh my God." I took a deep breath. "He reached out to me 6 months ago. He said he wanted to make peace. I thought it was just guilt. But then he started asking questions about old files, old bank statements. I realised he was trying to shift the blame onto me." She took a step back, shaking her head. "No, he wasn't like that." I looked at her sadly. "Yes, he was. You just never saw it because you loved him too much to look." The rain finally began to fall, slow, quiet drops landing on the gravel around us. Melissa wrapped her arms around herself. "So why come here?" "To ruin his funeral." I shook my head. "No, to save you," she blinked. "What do you mean?" I pulled a sealed envelope from my purse. "He left this with me before he died. Told me to deliver it after the funeral. He said it would make things right. But I opened it last night." Her eyes widened. "You opened it?" "Yes," I said quietly. "And you should read it." She tore it open, her hands trembling, eyes scanning the pages. As she read, her lips began to quiver. It was a confession, not just about the fraud, but about everything. 2 families. 2 sets of lies. He'd been siphoning money from her company account to pay off debts left over from his past life with me. Her knees buckled, and she leaned against the car. He used my business, she whispered. My savings. My clients. I nodded gently. He did. And he also took out a loan in your name. That's what the investigation was about. She covered her face. Why would he do this? Why didn't he just tell me? Because men like him never admit they're wrong, I said softly. They just keep lying until the truth kills them. The rain got heavier now, soaking both of us. But neither of us moved. After a long silence, she asked, "Why are you helping me?" I smiled faintly. Because I know what it's like to be in your shoes, to love a man who lies so beautifully that you start doubting your own sanity. She let out a shaky breath. I thought he was my soulmate. So did I whispered. Until I realised he just didn't have one. We stood there for a while, letting the truth sink in. The church bells rang in the distance, soft, haunting. Finally, Melissa looked up. What do I do now? Start over, I said. And when the investigators come knocking, give them this. I handed her a flash drive, copies of everything he'd sent me in those last few months. She looked at me like she was seeing me for the first time. You could have ruined me, but you didn't, I smiled sadly. I'm not him. As I turned to leave, she called after me. Laura! Wait, how did you know he died? I paused, half smiling. He called me that night. Her eyes widened. What? Yeah, 10:37 p.m. He said he was sorry. Said he couldn't keep living with the weight of his lies. I didn't understand what he meant until I got the call the next morning. Melissa's lips trembled. So he knew it was over. Yes, I said softly. He knew. Then I walked away. Slow, steady, free. Behind me, the rain washed over the church steps, over the coffin, over the last pieces of a man who'd built his world on lies, and as I drove away, I realised something. Sometimes closure doesn't come from forgiveness. Sometimes it comes from finally being believed. A week later, I got a letter from Melissa. She'd turned in all the files, cleared her name, and sold the house. Inside the envelope was a small photo, her, standing with my daughter, both smiling at the edge of a lake. She wrote, "Thank you for setting me free." For both of us, I smiled. For the first time in years, I felt peace. Some people think funerals are for the dead. But that day, it wasn't him we buried. It was every lie he ever told. And when the rain finally stopped, the world felt clean again.